You know what, let's move on to Sonic Adventure DX. We may come back to Generations here in just a moment. Let's see. Just so you know, like the laptop that I purchased, even though like it's an i7, it's got an NVIDIA, I forget like what graphics card it uses, but I spent about like maybe $800 on it, and that's what you know, kind of what came with. Oh, here we go. Yeah, that's kind of what came with the laptop, and it's, as far as I can tell, it's pretty top of the line. Like, it's pretty similar to my desktop machine that I got in terms of power. But again, I would try and avoid NVIDIA at all costs, because otherwise, like, a lot of programs are going to default to the Intel integrated graphics. And for Windows 8, if you want to use programs that are using like DirectX 5 or 7, it has like a legacy driver in place, and it just runs so terribly. But in any case, let's move on to Sonic Adventure DX. I think we're going to look at Mushroom Zone, which is a level by CorvidDude. If I can just remember how to get to it. There it is. Takes over Windy Valley. And it's pretty much what you would get if you turned Mushroom Hill Zone into a 3D level. I never noticed this stuff back here. That's weird. So this has been redone, if I'm not mistaken, from the last time this level had appeared. And honestly, I feel like CorvidDude, like his Sonic Adventure stuff, has done a lot better compared to the Generation stuff. But you know, in his defense, as well as anybody else that designs levels for you know, Sonic Generations, everything is just going to be, you just have better tool sets with the Sonic Adventure stuff, at least for now. Like, this stuff has like started to recently come into play, of like, you know, like having better control of the camera and things like that. So a lot of the behind the back stuff is pretty interesting. And I feel like it does a better job of guiding the player compared to like some of the Generation stuff that we did. Oops. This area is kind of weird though. Like, it's really open-ended. I'm gonna see if I can get this camera to disconnect here. Because like there's just this empty, like a lot of just spaces, you know, a lot of space that you can just run around in, but there's just nothing here. But again, the camera, if we put it back to auto camera, it tries to guide you to, you know, where, you know, most of the level is. And if we avoid the middle of the tree there, we can just go on the side and progress onward this way. Oh boy. Okay, phew, I was wondering, I was like, do I have to spin dash there? There we go. Oh, there we go. I think just 3D in general is just, when you try to make a platformer in 3D space, like, you just have all this geometry that you have to account for, and, you know, when you give the player, like, this much freedom of control, sometimes it can be really difficult to kind of guide the player of where exactly they need to go, or, you know, just giving them an experience where it's like, you know, it feels solid. I think we're actually near the end, actually, but we're going to run through the level one more time, so we can check out some of the other paths that we missed.
Yes. Yeah, not bad.
I guess,
Select your character.
I guess, like, that's the one other thing I should probably point out. You do need the 2004 edition of Sonic Adventure DX to run these mods. So if you bought the game on Steam, you're pretty much out of luck, unfortunately. since it uses from what I hear, like it just uses different parameters in certain aspects. So like they would have to like redo the entire mod implementer all over again, since everything's just kind of been shuffled around for kind of no reason. There we go. And again, there's an invisible wall here, so we'll just move on this way. What? I spin dash into him. Oh boy, there we go. Camera. I don't know why it's getting embedded into the tree, but it's making it really hard to do some of these goofy platforming tricks that I've kind of adapted. Oh well, just move on, I guess. Oh yeah, what's on this mushroom here? Yeah, as you can see here, like, it's tracking those springs right there, or at least right there in the middle of those springs of, like, where exactly you need to go. So, you know, stuff like that is what, you know, makes me really like the camera work in this level. Which makes it easier for players to kind of get an idea of, like, where exactly they need to go. Oh, and if you fall down here, you can just get back up that way. Hey, you accounted for this. Good job. And yeah, I think it's a little weird that this section right here gives me 4 extra lives. But hey. It's just, you know, encourages people to kind of go off the beaten path. Even if sometimes some of the extra areas are kind of not quite what you'd expect for people to go to.
Sweet.
Alright,